Dunedin? It's Dunedin. Safety Harbor isn't as hard to pronounce. Today, I am super excited to talk to you guys about two of my favorite small towns in the Tampa Bay area, Dunedin and Safety Harbor. Hey everybody, Melanie Atkinson here, Realtor with Smith & Associates in beautiful Tampa Bay, Florida. There is a lot of information out there about our bigger cities, downtown Tampa, downtown St. Pete, and our beach areas. But there are two small cities here in the Tampa Bay area that I love and want to highlight for you today. Dunedin and Safety Harbor are two towns, both in Pinellas County, both waterfront towns, just on the other side of the peninsula from each other. Dunedin is on the west Gulf of Mexico side and Safety Harbor is on the east Tampa Bay side. Both have a main street with lots of shops and restaurants and bars. Both have beautiful parks, a local art scene, special events, and a small town feel that residents and visitors cherish. So for all of you out there who don't want to live in the hustle and bustle of a big city, but still want to be near lots of great things to do, this episode is for you. And while you're watching, I'd really appreciate it if you hit that subscribe button. Let's start on the west side in Dunedin. It is one of my favorite towns in the whole Tampa Bay area. Dunedin is located north of Clearwater and north of most of the beaches. If you're coming to visit one of our beautiful beaches and staying there, Dunedin is a great day trip for you. Now, I made fun of it a little bit at the beginning of this video. Dunedin does have an unusual name. In 1899, two Scotsmen, J.O. Douglas and James Somerville, named the settlement Dunedin, which is a Gaelic interpretation of their hometown of Edinburgh. Since then, Dunedin has always embraced its Scottish roots. So much so that in 1964, they invited Stirling, Scotland to become a sister city to Dunedin. The Sister City program encourages the sharing of ideas between these two countries and two cities. Bagpipes and tartans are commonplace in Dunedin, and every year they host the Highland Games. At the Highland Games, they have competitions in bagpiping, dancing, and traditional Highland athletics. I mean, what can be better than watching somebody use a pitchfork to hurl a burlap bag full of straw over a really high bar? That's good family fun for everybody. On a regular day in Dunedin, you'll find residents and visitors strolling Main Street or Broadway, enjoying the abundance of shops and restaurants and art galleries. From fine dining to fresh seafood to breweries, Dunedin definitely has it all. Looking for a great date spot? There are plenty to pick from. Since 1996, the Black Pearl has been the place for fine French-American dining. Bon Appetit is a waterfront restaurant with amazing views of Honeymoon Island and St. Joseph Sound. One of my other favorites is the Living Room on Main, amazing food there as well. And if you want some of the freshest seafood in town, definitely check out Lucky Lobster or the Old Bay Cafe at the Dunedin Fish Market. There are so many great restaurants in Dunedin. This is by no means a comprehensive list, but I will name a couple other of my favorites. Cafe Al Fresco is great, Pisces is great, Flanagan's Irish Pub for fish and chips, and Casatina for great Mexican food. It's been a Dunedin staple for years. If you like breweries, Dunedin has some great ones. Check out the Dunedin Brewery, which is Florida's oldest microbrewery, Woodwright Brewing Company, Soggy Bottom Brewery, Caledonia Brewing. Well-known Seventh Sun Brewing Company has a tasting room in Dunedin, which is small but great. And CUNY Brewery just opened in 2016 and is right off the Pinellas Trail. All of them are great and a good place to do some tasting. And since we're talking about alcohol, Dunedin has no lack of bars either. Crown and Bull is definitely a favorite. Rosie's Tavern and Skip's Bar and Grill are great places and dog friendly. If you want to bring your video game playing outside of the house, you can head over to Reboot, which is a virtual reality arcade bar. Saunders Social is another great spot, and for all of you nightclub lovers, you can check out Blur. Hi-Fi Rooftop Bar brings me to my next topic, where to stay in Dunedin. The sunsets are spectacular at the Hi-Fi Rooftop Bar, which is located in the historical Fenway Hotel. Built in 1924, the Fenway is an icon of the Jazz Age, bringing together this carefree musical vibe along with the natural beauty of Dunedin. It's the perfect place to stay if you're visiting. Now, I certainly can't forget the beaches. Honeymoon Island is a local favorite spot because it isn't packed with tourists and hotels. It is a Florida state park and has 4 miles of white sandy beaches. It also has a 3-mile trail through one of the last remaining virgin/pine forests. And if you're a bird watcher, this is one of the favorite spots. From Honeymoon Island, you can also take a ferry to Caladesi Island, which is another state park and has untouched, beautiful natural beaches. I'm telling you guys, these areas are totally worth the trip. One other thing to mention about Dunedin is that it is part of the amazing Pinellas Trail from St. Pete to Tarpon Springs. The trail runs right through downtown Dunedin. So if you live close to any part of the trail, you don't actually need to drive to Dunedin. You can bike, walk, run, skate, whatever you want. A lot of people ask me about housing in Dunedin. There is every type of housing from condos to townhouses to single family homes across all price points. One of the things that's interesting is the houses that are closest to Main Street, a lot of them are much older homes, historical homes, and you can find newer homes a little bit farther out, farther away from Main Street. Now the houses in Dunedin, the closer you are to the city, they do get quite pricey. The average home price right now is about $365,000 with a maximum price recently of over $4 million. Now let's switch gears to the quaint and lovely town of Safety Harbor. This town is only 5 square miles and tucked way up at the top of Tampa Bay. Back in the early 18th century when pirates were prevalent, if you could get your boat all the way up there, you were considered to be in safe harbor, thus the name Safety Harbor. Another fun piece of Safety Harbor history is it is home to Espiritu Santo Springs, which is a natural mineral spring. The springs were given its name back in 1539 when Hernando de Soto discovered it while searching for the Fountain of Youth. I sure wish you would have found it here in my backyard. Located on the site of these historical springs now is the Safety Harbor Resort and Spa. This old world resort is a favorite wedding spot, day spa, and hotel. If you're exploring Safety Harbor, this is where I'd recommend you stay. And just like Dunedin, Safety Harbor has a bustling main street with great restaurants, bars, and local flair. One of my favorite events in Safety Harbor is on the third Friday of every month. They have a musical street celebration. It's super fun. Some of my favorite local restaurants include Barfly, Water Oaks Grill for seafood and steaks, Southern Fresh for great Southern cooking, Marker 39 for Florida Caribbean fusion cuisine, the Nona Slice House for great pizza, the Whistle Stop Grill and Bar, and Giggle Waters, which has a speakeasy, restaurant, classic movie, theater vibe. Super fun. Now, Safety Harbor doesn't have as many breweries as Dunedin, but the two that they have that are most famous are fantastic. Crooked Thumb Brewery and Troubled Waters Brewing are the two that you need to check out if breweries are your thing. Just a few minutes north of downtown Safety Harbor is one of my favorite parks in the whole Tampa Bay area, Philippi Park. It's a beautiful waterfront park, perfect for a day with the kids or a picnic under one of the large oak trees. Closer to downtown, right next to Safety Harbor Resort and Spa is Marina Park and the Safety Harbor Fishing Pier. It's another great spot to enjoy the natural beauty or to cast a line. Housing in Safety Harbor is much like Dunedin. You have all sorts of different prices and sizes and types of homes. The average price right now for a house in Safety Harbor is pretty high. It's about $420,000. The highest recent sale was about $2.1 million. What's nice about Safety Harbor and its location is that if you need to be closer to the Tampa International Airport or downtown Tampa itself, it's only about 25 minutes away. I hope all of you enjoyed learning about these two amazing towns in the Tampa Bay area. If you want more information about purchasing or selling a home in Dunedin or Safety Harbor, give me a call. I'd be happy to help. And hey, if there's another place in the Tampa Bay area that you want me to highlight, place it down in the comments. I'd be happy to look and happy to consider doing a video on that area. And if you're looking for something else to watch on this channel, check out the video I did on downtown St. Pete for what it's like to live in a little bit bigger of a city. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next time. With love, Melanie.